Hello, I'm Frida Stoffer. Just got back from dropping kids off and from going to Kroger. So I found a recipe for making my own electrolyte beverage for because on keto you sometimes need it. And I got this unbleached flour. It was $2.49. It was the cheapest one I saw, so got it. Sleepy. And I got 2 coconut waters. They are electrolyte beverages. And I thought I could maybe drink 8 ounces at a time just for electrolytes. It also has vitamins in it that people in ketosis lose in their urine. It has magnesium, a tiny bit of phosphorus, vitamin C, potassium, and all of them are very low. It's not high of anything, but it's like a very excuse me. It's a very light dose of those vitamins and nutrients. So these were $4.99 each, and I thought that was all right. These are organic, so I wanted the organic one since it's for electrolyte purposes. It needs to be as pure as possible for just a small amount. So I'm gonna go plant some seeds in the garden now that my mom gave me. They make little red flowers. So I'm planting these runner bean plant seeds that my mom gave me. I've already planted some, and I'm going to plant the rest now. I kept them in water for 48 hours, even though my mom said 24 hours, because I just didn't have the time yesterday or the energy, so I left them in the water for an extra day, and I'm planting them today. Finally hung this, ouch honey, my cat got sharp claws. I finally put this tin sign out in my sunroom. I've had it a while, but it was just laying there until I put wire on to hang it up with. I love this sign. Angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have whiskers. So cute. Sweet little angel. That's my little Luna. Yes, she's a sweetheart. She is a sweetheart. Oh, precious. Precious. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's got sharp claws, but she's cute. Okay. I fixed this planter the other day. I put my new little mandavillas in there with my jasmine. The jasmine has been in there for a while, but now the mandavillas are in too. I hope they grow and don't die on me. Here, I'm gonna put this out. When I help it come out, it will know that it can keep growing, and that's not a wall. I'm training it. Now this one, I've seen this before. I'm gonna just clip this off, pinch it off as deep as I can. Oh, maybe I need scissors. I better get scissors. I don't want to do too much damage there. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. She's my most affectionate baby right now. Okay. This garden received its coffee treatment. Every plant has had its coffee treatment now. And they look happy. They look real happy. This is the eggplant and pepper bed. I put a lot of little wire trellises so to keep the cats out of it. And this is where I planted the black beans earlier. I planted it in the cement blocks, and I want it to be able to climb up. And I did the same over here. I planted it in the cement blocks and put a little trellis in that one to help it get to the bed frame. And then that I planted in those, and hopefully they will climb up the trellis, and on that side as well. I hope they'll climb up the trellis. Yeah. Yep, these are great. They're doing well so far. I hope they continue to do well. I have some sunflowers and cucumbers in some of these containers, and I have sunflowers and beans in other containers. And in the back row, I only have beans, no sunflowers. Working on the sauce for baked ziti. It's going to be a meaty sauce. Frying the onions, and I'm going to add ground chicken. The boys have told me that they want to switch to ground chicken instead of ground beef because it's better for their health. I didn't tell them that, so they are learning on their own. They're ready. They care about their health a little more than they used to. The twins are 15. I can't wait for my Hassan to also be more aware of what he eats, and to make requests based on better choices. It's frying in a little ghee, and I'm going to add this in a minute when they get a little bit brown. They are turning brown a little there at the edge. All right, it's cooked, and I really like to cook my aromatics and then cook the meat with the aromatics after they've been caramelized, because it helps build flavor. Sometimes I add things like jalapeno and garlic and onions, sometimes ginger, but not for this. But whatever aromatics I'm trying to use is what I put in and brown it first. So now, I think I might put red pepper flakes in this because my kids do like spice. But I'm ready to pour it in the marinara right now. I am using just plain old regular marinara. Here's my sauce, bubbly and ready. I'm not ready to make the ziti right away because I wanted to make this first and let the flavors marinate together until later, because I want to make it for the kids' futur this evening when they break their fast. All right, the whole sauce is made. I also added some garlic powder because kids like the flavor of garlic in their food. So I added some garlic powder. I have some fresh garlic I could have chopped, but I wasn't feeling it at the moment. I'm using rigatoni for the ziti. I would have bought ziti pasta if I had thought about it at the time. I didn't know someone was going to request ziti, so I am using this. The only difference between rigatoni and ziti is that ziti is smooth and rigatoni has ridges. So I think it'll work just fine. I think it'll hold the sauce better because it has ridges. I'm making the cheesy filling. It asks for ricotta, and I hate ricotta. My family hates it too. It has a grainy, gritty texture I just can't like, no matter what. So instead, I'm using mascarpone instead. in place of it. Now, they asked for freshly grated Parmesan, but I don't have freshly grated Parmesan, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the powdered kind, and I'm going to use some Monterey Jack cheese in its place. So that gets mixed together, and it's not melty like the freshly grated one would be more melty. So I'm going to add Monterey Jack to help it with its melty texture. We'll get some egg in it. So I'm going to mix it all together, and I'm going to let it sit here and come to room temperature before I assemble the ziti casserole. I never thought I was going to make baked ziti. I would have bought a box of ziti pasta, and I would have bought some different Parmesan too. But this will work. I think I'm going to put some garlic powder in this. It has enough salt because Parmesan and Monterey Jack both have salt in them. So it's salty enough. And see how it comes together, creamy, even better than ricotta would ever do. I hate ricotta. It's not melty, and it's just still gooey after you try to eat it. Oh dear, I spilled some. I've made a mess. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna get the garlic powder and maybe even some red pepper flakes to put in here, because my boys love seasoning. I ended up putting the red pepper in the sauce instead of in this cheesy layer. So I'm just gonna mix the garlic powder and a little oregano in the cheese layer. I tasted a bit of this and it's delicious. So can't wait to layer it in the pan. It also gets layers of provolone in it. Again, it gets topped with mozzarella, and I'm also going to mix some Parmesan with the mozzarella. I rubbed ghee in the bottom of the pan so it doesn't stick. Now I'm going to start by pouring in half of the pasta. I poured in half of the sauce. Stir it in. The sauce is well seasoned with the red pepper flakes and some black pepper. And then I'm going to dollop some of the cheesy mixture on with the egg and mascarpone in it. All right, so I'm going to dollop cheesy mixture here and there. This is what some people would do with ricotta if they like ricotta. I made the pasta slightly less done than I wanted it because it'll help it cook better in the oven. It'll finish cooking with the sauce and everything in the oven. Now I put slices of provolone in it. My provolone all spread in it. Now I'm going to put the rest of the pasta on top. It is beautiful and saucy. Now I'm going to add the mozzarella and a little of the Parmesan on top. Now I'm ready to add the cheesy topping. I have mixed over here mozzarella and Parmesan from a jar, which is not my favorite, but it tastes good. When it's mixed with a melty cheese, it's fine. And I also mix garlic powder in it. All right, there. Now the topping is on and it's going in the oven at 375 degrees. To be sure it's not burnt, it's crispy. Now I'm going to cover it with foil and keep the cheese steamy and moist. So I don't have any foil left, so I'm putting some of that wax paper, or it's not called wax paper, it's called it's that paper you use to bake on. Parchment paper, yes. I'm going to cover it with that and then put the pot holders on to weigh it down. This is what it looks like, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen. It's delicious. I had to taste it. You know I had to taste it. It's spicy and cheesy and garlicky and delicious, even though the crust is crispy.